aging. Very often, it's a circulation, mineral, or mitochondrial problem. Today, I'm going to show you 3 powerful teas that can help strengthen leg muscles, improve energy, and support nerve function naturally. And stay till the end, because I'll share when not to drink these teas, especially if you're a senior. Most seniors are told the same quiet lie again and again, that weak legs, shaking knees, slow walking, and constant fatigue are simply the price of growing old. But that explanation collapses the moment you look at the science. Aging alone does not suddenly drain strength from your legs. Something else is happening beneath the surface, and it's happening to millions of people without them realizing it. By the age of 60, the average adult has already lost up to 30% of their muscle mass. But here's the shocking part. This loss is not inevitable. Research shows that muscle tissue does not disappear randomly with age. It weakens when it is starved of oxygen, minerals, nerve signals, and cellular energy. In other words, leg weakness is not a clock problem. It's a system failure. One of the biggest hidden causes is poor circulation. Studies using Doppler imaging reveal that blood flow to the lower limbs can drop dramatically with age, even in people who appear otherwise healthy. When circulation slows, muscles don't receive enough oxygen or nutrients. Without oxygen, muscle fibers switch into survival mode. They stop producing power. They shrink. They fatigue quickly. This is why seniors often say, "My legs feel heavy," or they give out after a short walk. That heaviness is not age, it's oxygen deprivation. Then there's the nerve connection. Your legs do not move because muscles decide to move. They move because nerves send electrical signals telling them to contract. As we age, those nerve signals weaken, slow down, or become distorted. Research published in neurology journals shows that reduced nerve conduction velocity is one of the strongest predictors of leg weakness and falls in older adults. When nerves fail to fire properly, muscles don't engage fully. Strength disappears, not because the muscle is gone, but because the signal never arrives. Another silent contributor is mineral depletion. Magnesium, potassium, calcium, and iron are not optional nutrients. They are required for every muscle contraction you make. Yet studies show that a large percentage of seniors are deficient in at least one of these minerals, even if they eat regularly. Modern diets, medications, and reduced absorption in the gut all play a role. Without magnesium, muscles cannot relax properly and fatigue faster. Without potassium, muscles cramp and weaken. Without iron, oxygen never reaches the muscle cells. The result looks like aging, but it's actually malnutrition at the cellular level. But perhaps the most overlooked factor is mitochondrial decline. Mitochondria are the energy factories inside your muscle cells. They convert nutrients into ATP, the fuel that allows muscles to contract. As we age, mitochondrial efficiency drops sharply. Studies show that older adults can have up to 40% less mitochondrial output in leg muscles compared to younger adults. This means even if the muscle is still there, it cannot generate enough energy to function. This is why seniors feel exhausted after simple movements like climbing stairs or standing from a chair. And here's where the story becomes deeply personal. Weak legs don't just affect mobility, they affect independence. They increase the risk of falls, which are one of the leading causes of injury-related death in seniors. A single fall can begin a downward spiral of hospitalization, immobility, muscle loss, and loss of confidence. The fear of falling alone causes many seniors to move less, which accelerates muscle decline even further. This cycle is not natural, it is preventable. What makes this even more disturbing is that many of these problems start years before symptoms appear. Circulation slowly worsens, nerve signaling quietly fades, mineral levels drop unnoticed, mitochondria become sluggish long before a person ever says, "My legs feel weak." By the time symptoms show up, the damage has been building silently for a decade or more. And yet research repeatedly shows that muscles remain responsive well into old age when the underlying systems are supported. Studies on seniors in their 70s and even 80s demonstrate that improving blood flow, restoring mineral balance, and supporting mitochondrial function can significantly increase leg strength and endurance. This means the body has not given up. It has simply been deprived. The tragedy is not aging itself. The tragedy is that millions of people accept decline without ever being told the real causes. They are told to slow down, when what they actually need is better circulation. They are told weakness is normal, when what they actually need is restored nerve signaling and cellular energy. They are told nothing can be done, when science says the opposite. Leg weakness is not your body failing you. It is your body sending a signal that something essential is missing. And when that signal is understood and the root causes are addressed, strength can return, not overnight, not magically, but steadily, measurably, and powerfully. Because aging does not turn off your muscles. Poor blood flow does. Aging does not silence your nerves. Nutrient deficiencies do. Aging does not destroy your energy. Mitochondrial neglect does. And once you understand that difference, you stop fearing age and start reclaiming control. The question is no longer whether weak legs are inevitable. The real question is how long people will continue to believe a myth that science has already proven wrong. What if the solution to weak, tired legs wasn't another pill, another supplement, or another doctor visit, but something so simple it's been overlooked for centuries? Science is now confirming a truth that sounds almost too basic to believe. Specific teas can directly influence muscle strength, nerve function, circulation, and energy production, especially in seniors. And not just in theory, in measurable biological ways. The human body does not respond to food randomly. It responds to chemical signals. Every sip you take delivers compounds that either activate or suppress systems deep inside your cells. And when it comes to leg strength and energy, 3 systems matter most: blood flow, nerve signaling, and mitochondrial power. The shocking part is that 3 humble teas have been shown to target all 3. Take green tea. For decades, it was marketed as a weight loss drink, but research tells a far more serious story. Green tea is rich in catechins, particularly EGCG, a compound shown to increase nitric oxide availability in blood vessels. Nitric oxide is what tells your arteries to relax and widen. When that happens, blood flow improves. Studies show that improved circulation directly increases oxygen delivery to working muscles, especially in the legs where gravity already makes circulation harder. For seniors, this matters more than almost anything else. Without adequate blood flow, muscle tissue suffocates quietly. Green tea helps reverse that process at the vascular level. But circulation is only part of the story. Green tea also affects the mitochondria, the microscopic engines inside your muscle cells. Research published in cellular metabolism journals shows that catechins can stimulate mitochondrial biogenesis, the creation of new mitochondria. This means more energy-producing units inside each muscle cell. For older adults, whose mitochondrial output may be cut nearly in half, this is not a small benefit. It is the difference between muscles that merely exist and muscles that actually perform. Then there is ginger tea, often dismissed as a digestion aid, but its impact on muscle and nerve health is profound. Ginger contains bioactive compounds that reduce systemic inflammation, particularly inflammatory markers linked to muscle pain and stiffness. Chronic low-grade inflammation is one of the most common and least talked about causes of weakness in seniors. It interferes with nerve signaling and accelerates muscle breakdown. Studies have shown that ginger can reduce exercise-induced muscle pain and improve mobility, even in older populations. Less pain leads to more movement. More movement preserves muscle. This is not motivation, it's physiology. Ginger also improves peripheral circulation. Research shows it enhances blood flow by reducing platelet aggregation and supporting vascular function. For seniors experiencing cold feet, numbness, or heaviness in the legs, This improved circulation can be life-changing. Nerves depend on blood supply just as much as muscles do. When ginger improves circulation, nerve signals travel more clearly, more quickly, and more effectively. The legs don't just feel stronger, they respond faster. And then there's nettle leaf tea, one of the most underestimated therapeutic plants in modern nutrition. Nettle is not trendy, it's not flashy, but it is mineral-dense in a way few foods are. Magnesium, calcium, potassium, and iron, all critical for muscle contraction, are present in forms the body can actually use. Studies show that magnesium deficiency alone is associated with muscle weakness, cramps, fatigue, and poor balance in older adults. Potassium deficiency disrupts electrical signaling in muscles, leading to weakness and instability. Iron deficiency reduces oxygen delivery, starving muscles from the inside out. Nettle addresses all of these simultaneously. What makes nettle especially powerful is that it doesn't stimulate the body. It restores it. Instead of forcing energy, it rebuilds the foundation muscles rely on. Research on mineral repletion shows that correcting deficiencies can significantly improve muscle performance without any increase in exercise. That means strength can return even before mobility does. For seniors who feel too weak to start moving again, this matters. Here's the critical insight most people miss. These teas don't work because they are healthy. They work because they target the exact systems that fail first with age. Blood vessels stiffen, nerves misfire, minerals deplete, mitochondria slow down. Green tea, ginger tea, and nettle tea each address one or more of these failures directly. This is not folklore, it's biochemistry. Even more compelling is the cumulative effect. When circulation improves, minerals reach muscles more efficiently. When inflammation drops, nerve signaling improves. When mitochondria produce more energy, muscles respond better to nerve signals. These systems are interconnected, and that's why combining the right teas at the right times can create results that feel dramatic. Not because the body is being pushed, but because it's finally being supported. And perhaps the most emotional truth of all is this. Many seniors believe their body has betrayed them. That strength is gone forever. But the science tells a different story. Muscle tissue remains adaptable well into old age. Nerves retain plasticity. Blood vessels can respond to improved signaling. The decline people fear is not a closed door. It's a neglected pathway. The real tragedy is not weakness, it's ignorance. People are not weak because they are old. They are weak because their bodies are running on empty. When the right compounds are reintroduced, slowly, consistently, intelligently, the body remembers what to do. These teas are not miracles. They are messages, signals that tell your cells to wake up, reconnect, and rebuild. And when those signals are delivered day after day, something remarkable happens. Legs feel lighter, steps feel steadier, energy lasts longer, confidence returns. Because strength is not lost with age. It is lost when the body is no longer given what it needs to function. And sometimes, the most powerful interventions come not from a pharmacy, but from a cup. The most uncomfortable truth about regaining leg strength in later life is this. No single remedy works in isolation. Not a tea, not a supplement, not even exercise alone. Science is brutally clear on this point. The human body is not a collection of independent parts. It is a system. And when that system is supported consistently, strength returns. When it isn't, even the best interventions fail quietly. Research on aging muscles shows something that shocks many people. Muscles do not respond to occasional effort. They respond to repeated signals. Consistency is not motivation, it is biology. Studies on muscle protein synthesis demonstrate that sporadic stimulation produces almost no lasting adaptation in older adults. But repeated, moderate signals, nutrients, movement, circulation, create measurable improvements, even in people over 70. This is where timing becomes powerful. The body runs on circadian rhythms. Hormones, digestion, nerve activity, and muscle repair all follow a daily clock. When supportive habits are aligned with that clock, results multiply. When they are random, the body resists change. Seniors are often told what to take, but rarely when, and when may be just as important as what. Protein is a perfect example. Research shows that older adults experience something called anabolic resistance. This means muscles become less responsive to protein as we age. The shocking part is that many seniors eat protein, but not enough at one time to trigger muscle repair. Studies suggest that spreading small amounts across the day may actually be less effective than consuming adequate protein in focused meals. Without enough amino acids in the bloodstream at once, muscle tissue simply doesn't rebuild. The result is slow, invisible muscle loss that feels like aging. Vitamin D tells a similar story. It is not just a bone vitamin. It acts like a hormone that influences muscle strength, balance, and nerve function. Low vitamin D levels are strongly associated with muscle weakness and falls in seniors, yet deficiency is widespread, even in sunny regions. Research shows that without sufficient vitamin D, muscle fibers lose power and reaction speed. This means even if someone is eating well and moving, their muscles may still underperform. Consistency in vitamin D status, not occasional exposure, is what matters. Then there is movement, the most misunderstood factor of all. Seniors are often told to rest when they feel weak. But inactivity is one of the fastest ways to lose strength. Studies using bed rest models show that older adults can lose significant leg muscle mass in just 1 to 2 weeks of reduced movement, and regaining that muscle takes far longer than losing it. The body adapts quickly to inactivity, shutting down muscle-building pathways to conserve energy. Movement doesn't need to be intense to reverse this, but it must be daily. Even short walks send powerful signals. Research demonstrates that light, regular movement improves insulin sensitivity in muscles, increases blood flow, and preserves mitochondrial function. 5 to 10 minutes may not feel impressive, but biologically, it tells the body these muscles are still needed. Without that message, the body begins to dismantle them. This is not punishment, it's efficiency. What makes consistency so emotionally important is what it protects. Strength is independence. Strong legs mean getting up without fear. They mean walking without hesitation. They mean living without calculating every movement. Studies on aging consistently show that loss of mobility is one of the strongest predictors of depression and cognitive decline in seniors. When the body shrinks, the world shrinks with it. Consistent daily support keeps that world open. The mistake many people make is expecting fast results. Aging did not weaken the body overnight, and restoration does not happen overnight either. Research on muscle adaptation in older adults shows that changes occur slowly, but they do occur. Blood vessels respond within weeks. Nerve signaling improves gradually. Mitochondria increase their efficiency over time. What feels like nothing is happening is often the body rebuilding beneath the surface. And here's the most surprising finding from long-term studies. Seniors who improve leg strength often experience unexpected benefits elsewhere. Balance improves, blood sugar control stabilizes, energy levels rise, sleep deepens, even cognitive function can improve. This is because leg muscles are not just for movement. They are one of the largest metabolic organs in the body. When they work better, the entire system benefits. Consistency also changes identity. Research in behavioral health shows that people who adopt small daily habits begin to see themselves differently. They stop identifying as fragile. They stop expecting decline. This shift alone increases activity levels and adherence to healthy behaviors. Strength becomes self-reinforcing. The body responds not just to nutrients and movement, but to expectation and repetition. What makes this deeply hopeful is that the threshold for consistency is low. It does not require perfection. It does not require youth. It requires repetition. Missing a day does not erase progress. Giving up does. The body is forgiving, but it needs signals often enough to stay awake. The science is clear, but the emotional truth is even clearer. The body does not ask for extremes. It asks for reliability, regular nourishment, regular movement, regular support. When those are provided, even aging muscles respond with resilience. The final myth that must be broken is the idea that it's too late. Studies on resistance, nutrition, and mobility in people well into their 80s show measurable gains in strength and function. The window does not close because of age, it closes because of neglect, and the moment support returns, the window opens again. This is not about chasing youth, it is about preserving capability. The ability to stand, walk, and move freely is not a luxury, it is a biological expectation, and when the body is supported consistently, day after day, it remembers how to fulfill it, because strength does not disappear suddenly. It fades when signals stop coming, and when those signals return, so does the power to move forward. If you found this helpful, like the video, subscribe for science-backed senior health tips, and comment below which tea you're going to start first. Your legs can get stronger at any